Malawi Brief.
Amatha Mtumbuka amenenso ndi phungu cha chipani cha UTM amenenso abwera kumene ku nyumba ya malamulo lero anatengako nthawi kulankhula ku nyumbayi kumenenso kali koyamba kuti iwowa alankhule. Takhala ndipompo kuti mwamve kuti ayamba motani ku nyumba ya malamulo.
As he leads our nation during this very important period, allow me also, First Deputy Speaker, to extend my sincere congratulations to the Right Honourable Samir Suleiman MP, yourself, First Deputy Speaker, and the entire team of presiding officers for being entrusted with the noble responsibility of leading deliberations in this august House. Let me also congratulate my fellow members of Parliament for emerging victorious in your respective constituencies and for having the honor of representing your people in this very important august House. You all deserve to be here, and I look forward to working with all of you here as we develop our country together. Most importantly, First Deputy Speaker, I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the people of Rumbi Central for the trust and confidence they have placed in me as their Member of Parliament. I'd also like to sincerely thank my predecessor, Mr. Magdawili Chidumba Mkandawili, for the work that he did in laying foundations for development of our Rumbi Central constituency. First Deputy Speaker, it is with great honor and gratitude that I stand here today among distinguished body of leaders entrusted.
Point of order. Point of order. Point of order. Point of order.
Honorable Member for Lilongwe Msinje, please resume your seat. You are a seasoned member of this House. When a new member who has never taken to the floor has a maiden speech, they can rise at any point of debate and contribute their maiden speech. Honorable Rumbi Central, you have the floor. Welcome to the House. For 15 minutes to deliver your maiden speech. You have just consumed 2 minutes, so you still have 13 minutes to present your speech. Thank you.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker. I admire your competence and experience. It is with great honor and deep gratitude that I stand here among these very distinguished members of Parliament as a body of leaders entrusted with the responsibility of improving the lives of our people. This moment is not only personal, it is deeply symbolic of the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of our people. Since my youth, I've always aspired to contribute my skills, knowledge, and experience towards the development of our country. Those who have followed my journey will attest that although I've faced many challenges along the way, my determination has remained strong. I have never lost hope. My presence in this House today is a testament to perseverance. It is proof that determination, resilience, and faith can overcome difficult circumstances. It is also a message to our youth across the country that the dreams that they have are valid and achievable. Success is not defined by how many times one falls, but by how many times one rises again. Each time we fall, we must pick ourselves up, learn the lessons, and forge ahead with even greater zeal. First Deputy Speaker, I stand here to give a voice to those who are often unheard. I stand here for the girl and the boy who walk long distances every day to access basic education in the most remote parts of Rumbi Central. I stand here for the women who walk for miles, often barefoot, in search of clean and safe drinking water. I stand here for the hardworking farmer who struggles with high costs of living and inputs and low returns for his produce. My tenure here will be defined by siding with the weak and the meek indigent people that we meet in isolated and rural places. Their needs are many, their challenges are real, and the expectations are high. First Deputy Speaker, the challenges facing school-going children in Rumbi Central are serious and must not be ignored. Many children still walk long distances to school every day. Some begin their journeys before sunrise and return home late at night, too exhausted to concentrate on their studies. In some areas, children are still learning under trees, exposed to harsh weather conditions. During the rainy season, lessons are disrupted. During hot season, learning becomes unbearable. This is not the kind of learning environment we should accept for our children. Our schools are also facing shortage of qualified teachers, leading to overcrowded classrooms and reduced quality of education. These are not just challenges, they are barriers to the future of our nation. If we fail to address them, we are failing the next generation. First Deputy Speaker, on healthcare systems in Rumbi Central, they also require urgent attention. Many communities are located far from health facilities, forcing people to travel long distances to access medical care. For pregnant women and the elderly and the sick, the situation is not only difficult, it is dangerous, risky, and even life-threatening. Even where facilities exist, they often lack essential medicines, equipment, and adequate staffing. Case in point, First Deputy Speaker, is the newly constructed mortuary at Bolero Trading Center, which is modern and already handed over to the community, but not functional, simply because personnel have not been recruited, causing a lot of frustration and anger among the law-abiding citizens. First Deputy Speaker, access to healthcare is not a privilege, it is a basic right. We must work together to ensure that all Malawians, regardless of where they live, can access quality healthcare services. First Deputy Speaker, the people of Rumbi Central are hardworking farmers. Agriculture is the backbone of our constituency and a key driver of livelihoods. However, our farmers continue to face significant challenges. The cost of farm inputs remains high, making it difficult for many farmers to afford the necessary materials to improve productivity. Poor roads make it difficult to transport produce to markets, leading to losses and reduced income. Case in point, First Deputy Speaker, is the critical Valabao Bridge at Rumbi Boma, which collapsed less than a month ago and needs urgent, very, very urgent reconstruction. It is the bridge that connects my constituency with that of Mzimba North. First Deputy Speaker, if we truly want to empower farmers, we must address these challenges. We must ensure that access to affordable input and improve rural infrastructure and create fair and reliable markets for agricultural produce. First Deputy Speaker, beyond the challenges of Rumbi Central, I am fully aware that my role in this House extends to contributing to national development. I'm committed to participating in constructive debates, supporting sound legislation, and ensuring that the voices of Malawians are reflected in the decisions that we make. I come to this House under the banner of the mighty UTM. However, guided by the leadership of my party, I'll make it crystal clear that we are committed to putting the interests of Malawians first. We will support policies and laws that benefit our people, and we will stand firm against those that do not. First Deputy Speaker, as a country, we are facing serious economic challenges. Our national debt is high and continues to slow down development. Many Malawians are struggling with the rising cost of living. Opportunities for employment are limited, especially for our young people. These are challenges that require unity, innovation, and decisive action. We must work together across political lines to find solutions that will move our country forward. First Deputy Speaker, for many years we have spoken about industrialization. It is now time to move from words to action. We must invest in industries that add value to our raw materials. We must create an environment that supports local businesses and attracts foreign investment. We must empower youth with skills that are relevant to the demands of the modern economy. First Deputy Speaker, food security remains a major concern. We must strengthen agricultural initiatives, including the development of mega farms, while ensuring transparency and efficiency in their implementation. Irrigation farming must be expanded so that we are not only dependent on rain-fed agriculture. First Deputy Speaker, we must also take seriously the issues of environmental conservation. Climate change is already affecting our communities through unpredictable weather patterns, floods, and droughts. We must promote sustainable development policies that protect our environment for future generations. First Deputy Speaker, corruption remains one of the biggest obstacles to development in our country. It diverts resources meant for public services and undermines trust in institutions. As members of Parliament, we have a duty and obligation to take a very strong stand against corruption. We must lead by example, uphold integrity in all our work, and support laws and systems that promote transparency and accountability. Before I conclude, First Deputy Speaker, please allow me to comment briefly on the report from the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Energy. All the issues they have raised here as old as 10 or 20 years. And if I may draw the attention of the House to the State of the Nation address presented by our State President in February. He mentioned his priority being to turn around the economy and that it hinged on improving mining, manufacturing, among other industries. As an engineer, I know very well that we cannot have mining and manufacturing without enough energy, enough power. As an engineer, I also know that it takes not less than 5 years from the time of concept to have power produced to add to our grid. Therefore, as a precursor to the State President's drive to turn around the economy through mining and industrialization, we need to urgently address the recommendations from the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Energy. As I conclude, let me emphasize that leadership is about service. It is about putting the needs of the people above personal interests. It is about making decisions that improve the lives and create opportunities. Let us therefore work together with
that the statement when the minister was reading the eligible people to access the VIP, he only said the deputy speakers without saying spouses. I know without reflecting on you, Chair, but I know First Deputy Speaker is legally married with wife, and members of Parliament are also, like for me, I'm legally married. So the cabinet ministers, they are also legally married. So the spouses, the only mentioned in the presidency and the spouses, Chief Justice and the spouses, but the member of Parliament and the spouses, no. Cabinet and the spouses, no. What about the member of Parliament and the spouses? If we were traveling together, for me, I like to travel with my wife. What happens?
Thank you. Your point of order. Your point of order is noted. Let me rule as such. Honour Member, by default of mentioning your position, your spouse is included. Technically, your spouse is included because they don't work in government, they wouldn't have been listed. But you wouldn't be traveling with your spouse and you let them go the other side, you go the other side. Honour Member, your spouses are guaranteed access. Yeah. your spouses are guaranteed access. Thank you very much, Honourable Member. Honourable Member for Lilongwe City Muloza, please, because of the time we have, can I request you to confirm your question so the Minister can respond?
Yeah, First Deputy Speaker, I would like to confirm that question under Standing Order number 14 is indeed coming from people of Lilongwe City Mloza. Just a small highlight. First Deputy Speaker. First Deputy Speaker, I wish to raise a matter of urgent public importance in the following terms. This month has come with devastating news of the suspected brutal murder here in Lilongwe of a female student by the name Liz Nyson, who was studying at Lake Malawi Anglican University, and until her body was found wrapped in mosquito net and dumped on a Good Friday. The student is reported to have been staying in rented quarters due to challenges to have safe accommodation at her institution of learning. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, many institutions of higher learning in the country, including public universities, have gotten into a habit of enrolling non-boarding students without ensuring that they have safe and suitable accommodation, which is exposing students to many dangers that have now led to the tragic death of a young lady. The question to the Minister of Education is, what is the ministry doing to address this growing problem? And whether it would not be prudent to require university to either provide accommodation, to be involved in securing accommodation to the students. The second question, through you, First Deputy Speaker, is to the Minister of Homeland Security. What is the status of investigation into this terrible crime? I had a privilege to talk to the PRO for Lilongwe City Police, who told me what happened, but for the interest of time, allow me to stop there, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Minister Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker, and I must say I will be responding on behalf of the Minister of Homeland Security.
That is noted, Honourable Minister.
Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker, I rise to inform this Honourable House on a deep and distressing matter case reported in Lilongwe, Area 47-1, Sector 1, which has shocked the nation and raised legitimate concerns regarding the safety of citizens, particularly young people. Mr. Speaker, sir, on the 3rd of April, 2026, at approximately 9 hours, the Malawi Police Service received a report of a suspected murder involving a 22-year-old female student, Lizzie Nyson, a 30-year student at Lake Malawi Anglican University. Preliminary investigations have established that the deceased, due to financial constraints, relocated from her rented hostel in Siliza to a temporary accommodation at a construction site in Area 47, Sector 1, where she was cohabiting with the suspect, one, Shadrach Clever, who was a security guard at the said site. The deceased was last seen on the 22nd March 2026, after which her mobile phone became unreachable. Concerned by her prolonged absence, fellow students and university staff initiated a search. And on the 2nd of April 2026, they accessed her residence and observed some signs of violence, which prompted a wider search within the surrounding area. Mr. Speaker, sir, the body of the deceased was subsequently discovered in a nearby bush, approximately 20 meters from the residence, in a decomposed state, partially undressed and wrapped in a mosquito net. Police detectives.
Honour Minister, leader for the extension of time.
First, Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that time be extended in order for the Minister to continue or to finish responding to the question. I beg to move.
Honourable members, we have a motion on the floor for an extension of time for us to conclude the business on the floor. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, the motion is carried. Honourable Minister.
Right Honourable Speaker, police detectives, led by senior officers and accompanied by a medical practitioner from Kamuzu Central Hospital, examined the scene, and a post-mortem examination confirmed that the cause of death was head injury, second to assault. And further investigations revealed the residence where the deceased and the suspects were staying as the primary crime scene, as evidenced by visible signs of violence. The location where the body was recovered has been classified as a second scene, indicating that the body was only dumped there after the murder. The crime is believed to have occurred during the night of the 22nd and 23rd of March 2026. The suspect has been on the run since the 23rd of March 2026, and a manhunt guarded by Airtel Towers, which has got locators, is currently underway. Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker, let me assure this House and the nation that the Malawi Police Service has activated all necessary investigations and operational mechanisms to ensure that the suspect is apprehended and brought before the courts of law without delays. This case is being treated with the highest priority, and intelligence-led efforts have been intensified to track down the suspect. First Deputy Speaker, this tragic incident underscores the vulnerability of young citizens, especially citizens facing economic hardships. It is also highlighted the needs for increased vigilance, stronger community policing, and enhanced safety awareness in formal and unregulated accommodation arrangements. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to make the following commitments. One, the Malawi Police Service will pursue the suspect relentlessly until he is brought to justice. Number two, the security presence and patrol in identifying high-risk areas will be strengthened immediately. Number three, the government will continue to work with education institutions to enhance student safety frameworks, particularly for off-campus accommodation. First Deputy Speaker, I appeal to members of the public to cooperate with the law enforcing agencies by providing for information that may lead to the arrest of the suspect. Let me also strongly warn that anyone found harboring or assisting the suspect will face the full force of the law. First Deputy Speaker, allow me to extend, on behalf of the government, our deepest condolences to the family, friends, and the entire Lake Malawi Anglican University community for this painful loss. Government remains resolute in its commitment to ensure that Malawi remains safe and secure for all citizens. I thank you, First Deputy Speaker. I submit.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. May the soul of the young student continue resting in peace. Honourable Member for Blantyre North.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker. I have a question just to find out from the Honourable Minister. In his statement, he has mentioned the suspect. I would have loved, if it is permissible, if the name of the suspect should have been mentioned, because it's not a secret. He was a guard at a certain building. I don't think it's difficult to know his name. Maybe by mentioning his name, we will assist for the... Did they mention the name? Yes. And I mentioned it? I didn't hear the name. First Deputy Speaker, they want to confuse me. I would like the minister to mention the name of the suspect so that the public can assist to trace this inhuman person. I submit.
Thank you.